Oh, this already takes me back. A lot of fidgeting going on in the background. Let's do this, though. Well, I'll give people a minute to filter in here. You wouldn't want to miss a second of this. Notice, though, the phone doesn't have a cord. Intrigue. I'm going into this blind. Somehow. This game is fairly old, but I know virtually nothing about it. If it's scary or funny or both or what. I don't know. We'll see. But yes, I've somehow managed to avoid spoilers. So I'm sure you guys will fix that. Maybe. You guys are well behaved, aren't you? You'll be good. The end is never the end is never the end is loading. I'm sure there's a lot to load. Oh, let's not talk about XCOM right now. That's a sore topic for me.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Simpsony.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, the end.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
He got a gun.
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
You gotta enter the numbers.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Bitch him out
Never
about the
in all
bitch him
his
out about the
years at
TPS
company
reports.
Had this happened? This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
See, already you're testing me to see if I'll do what you say, like an obedient little doggy. So I will.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Don't tell me what I've decided.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I knew you was testing me. Well, I gotta look for people.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
All the doors were locked in his office, which Stanley found strange.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office, because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Well, they might be open. It's like you know me, narrator. And I don't know which one the meeting room is.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
See, again, you're testing me to see if I'm going to defy you or not. I'll play along for now, narrator. The outside was a harsh white void, clearly inferring he was in some kind of hoary netherworld. I can't talk today.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
First, he decided to read the whiteboard, to find out what exactly his job was. Office efficiency. Ah, that's a little joke there. You get it? He's efficiency, but they ran out of space in the box. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Standard graphics, 40 watt, not cost efficient. The future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. What? Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. Who moved my desk? Is that bottom part censored? Please keep the targets on the topic of blah. On your boss appreciation minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. If you ever find yourself in conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined towards conflict, unless you're the kind of person who initiates conflict, why do we hire you? Remember, it takes that. My dreams of the future: pollution, a boat, mitosis. Talk less, do unbelievably amazing work at all time, every day, no expectation of promotion or recognition, and don't get fired. How to settle a dispute: let it ball up inside you. Take it out passively aggressively. Yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, I've been there. We have our new product. Graphs about things and money. The stock market is somewhere here. We need less reviews. 402 and 405 want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule, but I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Work harder, hard worker. Oh dear, a door opened. Another test. So he decided to go in.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Well, there's a broom. And some duct tape.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
You know what, narrator? You're getting on my nerves. You're a control freak. That's what you are.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way.
I'm interacting.
He's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I'm interacting with you, narrator. I'm having a conversation with you. And you're being very passive-aggressive.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Well, you're trying to dictate every aspect of my life, and I don't much appreciate it. I'm a free man. I'm not a number.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Look, you're the one fixated on the fucking closet. You know, you're the one who started talking about it and started breaking my...
This is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I don't know. What do you think? Do you find this concerning? Should I leave the broom closet?
Stanley was fat and
Oh!
ugly and really, really stupid.
Oh, really?
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Fuck you.
That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
That at least is true. However, I got this job at entry level out of college. I didn't know.
I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system.
No.
And you collapsed on the keyboard.
No, because you're pissing me
In a
off.
situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it
I'm
begins
staying.
to decompose.
I'm staying.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby, the person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's
I'm staying
indicative
here.
of the long-term sustainability of your species.
I'm staying here with
Please
broom.
remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming.
You can't
So
make
that
me.
the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
You can't get me down. I'm with broom.
When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
No. I'm hanging out with broom. I like it here. It's private. Oh, you're waiting me out. I see how it is. Don't listen to him, broom. I'm not addicted to drugs anymore. Seriously. Yeah. I would have expected more things in the supply closet. You know, stuff I could steal. Office supplies and whatnot. So, I don't suppose there is any point in staying in the broom closet. Just out of morbid curiosity. Don't suppose there's any weapons to collect. There isn't a broom closet ending, is there? The background noise is actually rather pleasant. I'm never coming out! I'm trapped in the closet. I'm trapped in the closet again. Now I'm in the closet.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
I'm scared.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Oh, I pull out my gun! I'm gonna open the door and it's gonna be some kind of hellscape outside. You just watch. I'm just so happy to have something to interact with. Eh. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
You're really trying to push my buttons and see if I'm going to defy you. Ah, man, what's going on outside? Is the sun gone nova? Man, it's nice up here. figures. No secretary. Comfy couches.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Spoilers!
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
How do you know that? That's a weird portrait. Sewage, lilies.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
I'm looking at the paintings.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I am the most expensive boss. Carte blanche et Mont Blanc.
2845.
You know what? I'm getting to it. Expensive. Chianti. Stork collector's plates. Vintage phone. Left his bag here.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency
What?
override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself.
You know, I was gonna...
Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
What if I just type in the number now? I've outwitted you again, narrator. A loading screen confronted Stanley. He was perplexed by this. But soon enough, the loading screen passed.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
So he waked in the morning and stepped outside, and he took a deep breath and got real high.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I don't want to. Well, I guess... Huh? Door number 1, door number 2. 1, 2. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Oh. I want back in the closet. Oh, that's gonna be the history eraser button, isn't it? Alright.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought.
Well, mind control experiments,
Did he
I
have the
presume.
strength to find out?
I want to be in the closet again. Wait, staircase. Oh, that's a precipice. I don't want to fall off that. Cameras. What appears to be a featureless black box. Employee observation protocol. That's all I can read. and seemingly an endless array of numbers.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah, tell me about it. Fortunately, there's nobody else in those offices, neither. Wait, that's 436. I can't see the numbers on any... What was I, 427? Well, there's no point. I'm not there.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
That the narrator was some snarky bastard?
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never!
Where the hell was he going?
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
You know, you're being very sarcastic right now, and I'm going through a major existential crisis. So if you could try to be supportive, narrator.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
I thought that might have been the Wonka fix, yeah.
His past began to sink in. Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
This reminds me of Brazil.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
If only he had a broom or something blunt to club the computers to death with. He had no idea what the comically large buttons did. There's a 10, a triangle, a power button, a thing is the brimstone symbol. Okay, well you gotta give me some direction, narrator. Ah, there appears to be a ATM here, which is disabled. 1. Whoa. That did nothing. That's the history eraser button. I mustn't push it. 4. Where's number 3? Let's push these in order. This could only launch the nuclear missiles. The lack of music is bothering me. Narrator's kind of left me high and dry. I hope it didn't hurt his feelings. Nothing happened. Mind controls idle, awaiting input. I don't see any more buttons in here, do you? There appears to be some kind of cyclotron down here. That looks like a trap. Alright. That's a big TV screen. It's kind of like the Oculus Rift. There has to be something to do with those 5 buttons. Is there a button number 6? Has to be. Come on. All sorts of buttons. Nope. I guess not. Go back. Numbers are a red herring. Yeah, it seems that way. What was the door combo? He said it enough times, right? 4-2 something 3-5. Try the countdown. Turn it on. Yeah, I'm gonna 2814. Well, there's no 8. 2845. Okay, there's no. Well, there's no 8, so no point. I can't hit the history eraser button. I don't know what'll happen. Maybe something bad. Maybe something good. Oh, this is 3. Ah, man. Big room. Alright. I've given up on those buttons. Well, let's power it off.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Well, what if you're just trying to manipulate me with mind control to turn things off? Well, I'm a slave to destiny. No, I did it. Oh dear. It's dark.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Darkness imprisoning me.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
And the flamethrower troopers on the other side of the door.
Co-workers gone. How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
Who cares? I'm
As
free!
sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
I see trees agree, red roses too.
To let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps
Where'd the console
the only
go?
thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
It's beautiful outside.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
He'd accepted the Matrix. Beat the game. I don't know if you can see the achievement. Probably not. Alas, no, it was all a trick. Here we are again. 1 second. I had to moderate the chat. Actually, still do. Hang on. Here he was, back in his office. He decided to press some buttons. Some of you guys in the chat gotta be fucking children. Whereas the vast majority of you are very well behaved and funny people.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I'm trying to fuck with people's computers. This one's on. Oh. I broked it. Wait, that door swings both ways. Linkara says the network is down. Yeah, I tried that. Hey, inputs. That's all at once. Click on door 430. Why? Ah. Try all the doors. Well, I was trying, and then I got sidetracked.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I still want to try the left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
He went back into the broom closet.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room.
You don't want to know what I enjoy doing in this room. Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Wonder if I can find the key to the executive bathroom.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
Nonsense.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Oh.
"2845." Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door
Has to be some way to get into the desk.
itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
8888. It's probably too late, but no. I had an idea. Worth a shot. You can get into the executive bathroom? Didn't seem that way to me, but... Well, maybe it's entering that in before the door opened. I may have lost my chance there.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, I decided to flee.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I believe you.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
This was a long, bloody hallway.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Well, you know, freedom to choose. Odd they put a bottomless pit at the end of the hallway. Uh-oh. What? Stanley was immortal.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
I don't want to get
Stanley
smashed.
can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Why? Bye. Goodbye. Hmm?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Bye. Wah! Huh? Judi Dench? Is that you? Helen Mirren? Stanley went on to
And
Hollywood.
yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
A cosmic
What exactly
joke.
did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Hey, you can't do this. This is my game. I'm narrating. Am I in heaven?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
This is my afterlife? Oh, crap. Oh, these paintings calm me. There is no door. Am I too late? I could have backed out. What? Office layout. The blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. Path to Stanley's office. The 2 doors section has been added. Okay. Pacing of this opening section was important to get right. Office computers. This does spoil some of the endings slightly. Well, too late now. Button sounds. Each sound is a mix of keyboard strokes and a synthesized tone. Stanley looked at the credits, feeling odd. Left? Right. I always go left when given a choice, so we'll go left. The Office was an excellent show. He had unlocked a series of concept art. Green light. The point of Stanley Parable HE Remix is to win. The point is to lose. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it was far too jokey and on the nose to the tone of the game. Tron. And for some reason there was a bicycle. Alien base, awesome. Fairly. From James Irvin, how is the game going? I hope it is good or better than the first one. From A Cool. What? How do you stay in shape? Narrator emails. At the second trailer, we asked for people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we found okay. How do you make a JRPG? Well, you have to be Japanese. I wanted to tell you I like the Stanley Parable as much as I like seeing a humorously small badger in swim trunks. As opposed to an upsettingly small badger. Okay, the novelty of this place is wearing thin. Heaven kind of sucks. Huh. Zending levers. They were originally a part of the Zending. Okay, can't pull those. Freedom ending. Ah, the exit. Jolly good. Let me check down this way first. Hang on. How do you get over there? Narration outtake. Kevin Breitling, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game, roughly 3 separate times. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the game. Okay.
Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to...
Heaven is a place where nothing ever happens. Let's be gone then, shall we? Find the exit to heaven.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
What are you talking about?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Who?
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
I know, it's really dark.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now. It'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Wonder who she was talking about. Well, now I'm stuck here. I may actually have to quit out of this game. Their little joke. I can wait. Not for much longer, but I can. You can hear me clicking, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to press escape. The game is now paused. Begin the game again. Save. What if I'm too scared to leave the office?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No.
What he
This
just couldn't take
really
that kind of
makes it
rejection.
badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by?
I know that
He
feeling.
no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come.
Hopefully lunch
Eventually,
would arrive.
someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
He stayed in the room for years with nowhere to pee. Wait, I'm in a different area. This is different.
All of his co-workers were gone.
This is different.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Welcome to the whiteboard ending. Okay. The whiteboard ending is a little hollow.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
See, now that's interesting because this is the same area as last time, but that last area was different. I will still go left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling
Well, now we're
away
back
in
on track.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
It's been boarded shut. Cute.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, let me ask you something. Is there any point in going up to the boss's office again? Like, any other codes I can put in, or getting into the executive bathroom? I can wait. And yeah, I'm asking for mild spoilers just so I don't waste everyone's time. Well, yeah, if there's no point in going back up there, I'll go down. Okay, nobody knows. Turn the mind control button on. If you run out of the office before the door shuts, yeah.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
No.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this,
why is there a
he began
car
to make
here?
Other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
Oh.
I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
No, I'm crazy.
He thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield,
Ugh.
and it too appeared.
Nah.
It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
I'm in a hoary
How
netherworld.
was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
It's so meta.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts. All very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams. The truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake
1, 2,
right
B4.
now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all,
Cold
he knew for
drinks.
certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife,
I'm married?
and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Stanley'd killed again. Well, shit.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
No. Oh. No.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked toward
Oh, no.
work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
This is a story
He
of a
was
girl.
obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
What?
But
Well,
then
she's
she
not dead,
remembered the
yeah.
meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career.
And that's
by
when she
extension,
fell in
the
love.
rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
She was completely jaded to the prospect of death. The end. So I just dropped dead of insanity. Shouldn't I just call my boss? Stanley locked himself out of his office.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on outside? Somebody's...
Please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
There it...
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
This from the guy who was busting my balls for the broom closet.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for an...
Oh, come on.
Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
This is great. Just knock.
No, I'm still not feeling it.
Oh, come
I want
on.
this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see
Jiggle
some
that handle.
A willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
You can't distract me, narrator. Do I keep clicking on this door? I don't know how many I've clicked, though. Alright. I give up. Somebody keeps telling me to try all the doors, so... I'm a slave.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment. Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on
What?
door 437.
He said to do it like 25 times. Alright. There is no... Oh.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so. Now, back to door number 437.
But I can't. Oh.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Okay.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
So do I.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
But there's no jump button.
Yes!
Oh, there is!
This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
I haven't... Now I can't jump again.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
I love it when you click the... Ooh.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 4-3s. Yeah!
He's going the
We did it!
distance.
Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back.
Da, da, da,
Yes, I'm
da,
very
da,
proud of
da.
how
I got
far
an
we've come
achievement.
today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
That made me happy. Somebody keeps spilling their coffee. Four B3? Look at that door.
When When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Mess in there. That's rather orderly. Hang on. That's weird. 4B9. There's like a whole other world. The clocks don't move.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
It is quite pleasant.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I believe you have my stapler.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have
clock does
mysteriously
move.
vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Well, I'd like to sit in the chair.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Everybody's gone to the rapture, it seems. You can't follow directions very well, can you?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, 5,000. And you'll be dead.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Yeah!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Woo! I control my own destiny. Ooh.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Oh. Exit out the window? I can't. What window? But I can't climb. There's no jump button. There's achievement. It says you can't see the achievement window. It says you can't jump. Window in the first room. I've been trying that. Yeah, I can't do that. You guys are fucking with me. I can crouch. No, I'm telling you. Well, what? How did that work? Ah. What? Ah.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
I'm not going to do that.
So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
A touch. Are you sick of this gag, yes or no?
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as
You're going to start
miserable as
singing, aren't
possible
you?
And see how long you can maintain it.
Yeah.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old, and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed
Buttons?
them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function.
No.
Which is why he is in this parable, and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong, and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable.
Yeah.
You too will become quite unbearable.
Second verse, same as the first. I don't know, he's pretty good at the guitar. It's a nice little ditty. And he's just gonna keep going on like this. Alright. Type SV cheat 1. I don't know if you're fooling with me or what. 427 watching widescreen? That's neat. Hey, boxes. Was that there before? No, it wasn't.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Ha 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 ha.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ha 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 ha. Yes, I remember the phone call.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do I have to ban Azure in the chat room?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without, but eager to get back to business, Stanley...
1 second. Oh, I have given Linkara ops. Linkara, you gotta help me out here. If there's people need banning, go ahead and do it.
First open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Jump on the walk. Oh, I fucked it up. Well, we can do it next time.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Ooh. Yeah, ha!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone. As Stanley picked up the phone,
It's plugged into an electrical
light
socket.
engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
I did.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two...
Well, you fucked it up.
Another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of
Well,
action.
you've broken the game.
How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it.
Oh, wait, here it
I
is.
noticed it sooner. You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch.
Nope.
I'm going to stop the
Game
game for
over.
a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
What? No.
Please observe this helpful instructional video.
No! No.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house.
He could do the whole
Which
village.
choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside.
Free choice is an illusion.
Your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Just remember that you're standing.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
Forklifts are piling up.
Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Don't exercise free will. It's a myth, an illusion, a cosmic joke played on mankind. Anti-life justifies my hate.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
Right.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Off you go before you destroy all existence with your logic.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Yes, hello, Linkara. Hello, everybody.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
But what if...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, but what if you know I'm being defiant and therefore trying to mess with me so that I'll do exactly what you say? Do the opposite of what you say, intending for that to be what you want me to do.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly.
Uh-oh.
Back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Oh no, reality is breaking down. Well, you've done it. I like this artwork better. Alright, well, nothing else to do there. oh no.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever.
I can't get on this desk.
Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Uh-oh. No. That didn't help. That didn't help.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
Well, I'm sorry.
What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
Actually, not really.
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Hey, don't get mad at me.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
Oh, no.
Behave exactly as Stanley would.
What?
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
See, once again, I have to question whether or not this is reverse psychology. In fact, I think it is. Nope. I did what he wanted.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
I outthought him.
He might find an answer there.
I outsmarted him.
Coming to a staircase,
Oh.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
They closed off the railing there. The executive bathroom sign is off the door. What code do you want me to put in? That's a different office.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
All right. I can't.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I can't talk. I can only push keyboard buttons.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I'm a silent protagonist that you're cleverly deconstructing. There's a gun to that panda's head. Business strategy.
Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously.
Stanley's twice the man you are.
To see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
He looks like Max Payne if he was an office worker.
Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand?
Stanley's locked up.
Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know.
I've abandoned the narrator.
I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? You listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing.
Well, I've
to
reached
do.
a fork in the road, so, you know.
Take as much time as you need.
Hey, Linkara, can you ban play games? Thank you. Thank you, Pickles.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oi.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
People want me to type in codes.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I gotta know, but the door won't open. Oh, it did! I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say, that's a lovely purse.
Extreme bathrooms. Ah!
The mirror was hopelessly covered in this horrible soot. He couldn't see anything.
The moment...
Haha. I'm stuck outside the office now. There was no one there, so Stanley went back to his desk. I'm going to escape you, narrator. Oh. You are now leaving. Escape pod bay. Oh, now I'm in that area that the space... Wait, this is the area of whiteness. The hoary netherworld. Elevator's not working. Narrator's hopelessly confused. See, I see a red door, but for some reason I want to paint it black. Yeah, silence. It's eerie. I hate eerie silences. I'm going in a loop now. It's too quiet. I'm going in a loop. We're just getting started. But the floor numbers are increased. Wait a minute. The floors are different. There's just a replica of the office on every floor. Ooh. Just what do you think you're doing, Stanley? This is highly irregular. What? What? I thought I escaped. I'm back here now. No! I'll be right back. Alright. It's the phone again.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. day.
So was there anything more to that last series where I went to whatever the escape pod was? Did I skip something? Because I just got to the end of that and it spawned me back in the hallway. That was a little underwhelming. I've been turning the computers off in the office, but... so far there hasn't been much point to this.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
That was the end?
Thinking he might find an answer. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
But it would have been nice if there was an escape pod I could have seen. Like, was that real?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean, he wondered. Desperate for answers, he began turning the room over looking for clues that might unravel the situation, until at last he discovered a keypad behind the boss's desk. But alas, no code. For this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I did check the bathroom. What do you mean check the bathroom? I was literally just in there. I tried all 8s.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I'm gonna turn on the mind control device.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept...
Have to do 8s twice? Come on.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never...
No, he decided otherwise.
Oh, Stanley. You didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
What do you think about that,
Until
bitch?
detonation, then, let's say 2 minutes.
Nah.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the
become a
bomb
dance
goes
club.
off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me,
Oh!
where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around
30
will be
seconds.
even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
They all say one.
Oh, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley.
You're being mean.
Quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge.
Want to make me humble?
It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in
Bye.
until the moment I say, happily ever after.
I'm nuclear.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself.
The end is
This
never
is what
the
I
end.
wanted all along. I got what I wanted. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, we're getting freaky now. Sorry. Actually, hey, that took another input there.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, I got all the computers.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
That's different. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast. Spoony crisp. Oh. Oh. The Stanley Waltz. Cha cha cha. Oh, thank God. What? What have I done? What have I done? Oh. M. Night Shyamalan's Devil too. Okay, is there any point in staying? Dave, I swear to God. Knock it off. Alright, even if there's an ending, I don't want to see.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Yeah.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
Oh, no.
So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Alright, I'm gonna do that walkway thing you mentioned.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
What's that sound? Is that rain? Wait.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Have I ever taken that path?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
I am.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
2B1. Or not 2B1.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
All right. Yeah.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
No.
Stanley walked through the red door.
No, blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, blue door.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the
Well,
end,
why
it
did
was
you give me
all
a
for
choice?
nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better?
Nudity.
What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
Multiplayer.
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Ceiling light, office space.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
How do you feel? I have to narrate. I have to rate this poorly.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly
DLC.
candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Yeah. Worldwide leaderboard. Compete against others to improve your Stanley Parable career. Blah, I can't read. Okay, well, I don't know what door to take now.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Well,
I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of
step
a new
in the right
game I've
direction.
been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Yeah.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice.
One can
But
only
of
hope.
course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
Don't think I
Be
won't
sure
do
to
it.
Keep notes on your experience.
This is the most effective method of birth control I've ever seen. Well, I can't do that. I can't let him die. Yes, I can.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies?
I
or
do,
purely
actually.
to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Daikatana? Oh, Bakare.
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
No, I hate
Is
Minecraft.
this any better?
No.
At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it
I
enough?
really hate
Tell me
Minecraft.
that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say
I'm gonna
this.
hide.
I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley.
But I can't
going to
jump.
Build a house.
I can't jump.
This will go here. No, here. And then. Let's see, what does it need?
I don't-
Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
It literally is better than anything I could make in
But you've only
Minecraft.
seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
Okay. There's nothing in there. It's a tomb. It's efficient.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait.
It's cozy.
That's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Okay. Diamond's gonna take forever.
Oh my. It looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
I have not.
Oh, no, 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 no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this.
I never got a single diamond,
Okay,
though.
new game.
And there's a creeper. I hate creepers. Of all kinds. Ugh.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be?
What are you doing
I
in my
can't figure it
game?
out. Okay.
Find your own game.
Let's go find out what the hell this is.
I like the music.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
I gotta bring my jammin' tunes.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty.
Oh.
I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can
Oh.
pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me...
Woo. Filing cabinets. Now I've done it. This is weird. And apparently I'm immortal. Back here. Okay, so I can go to the boss's office or I can go back to my office. Well, try my office. I just know I'm gonna see a... Wait, that's a brain there. I'm gonna see a dog working at a computer. It was you all along. Go back? Why? Am I going back or no? Well, I have to see what this is. Okay. Oh, no.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted
And
was
then
to
he
be the
went to
leading
his
man
home
in his own
planet.
story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back.
Oh, yes.
Hey. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close,
Sideshow Bob.
then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Almost there. Hmm. So did I die, or did they just give up? Some of these endings are really kind of abrupt and nonsensical, and I know that's kind of the MO of this game, but I was like, I want to know what happened down there. I want to know what happened with the escape pod. It just stops.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Somebody really left the covers off their TPS reports.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, somebody said to type 8s into the console, so I will do that.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
8.
What? There's an achievement that popped up. You can't see it, but it's like a shitload of 8s. Alright. I hate to do this to you guys, but I must be going, at least for a while. I really hate to because there's so many of you watching. But, sadly, life intrudes. But I will return. I don't know when, but, you know, I'm kooky like that. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you did. And you stay cool out there, cool people.